We will call this meeting to order. I may have a roll call, please.
Trustee Anson. Here. Trustee Dorau.
Here.
Trustee Myers.
Here.
Trustee Washleger.
Here.
Trustee Ludke.
Here.
Trustee Connor.
Here.
President Vanderstilt.
Here. If you'd all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Trustee Dorau.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This will be public comment in just a moment here, but even though it's not on the agenda, I'm going to take it for the board, for the public that are watching and those in attendance. We welcome Mr. Tim Rohde as our new village administrator. He actually has a week plus a day under his belt already here in Hartland, and he's been doing fantastic so far, but so we welcome him as this is his first meeting. So Tim,
Thank you very much.
welcome.
Welcome.
You'll be able to give your speech and announcements. If there's anybody from the public that would like to speak at this time for items not on the agenda, please come to the podium. Since we don't have any public speakers today, we have our first item, which is a consideration of a motion to approve the village board minutes from the December 30th, 2019 meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the December 30th meeting. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. The next item on the agenda is a motion to approve the vouchers for payments. This is in the amount of $431,727.12.
I make a motion to approve the voucher list for $431,727.12.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstain.
That motion is carried. The next item that we have is consideration of action related to licenses and permits. We have bartenders operator licenses expiring June 30th, 2020. This is for Danielle Pennington, Sanders Fott, Taylor Van Eiten, and Anna Ewert.
I make the motion that we approve the 4 licenses as read.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the 4 licenses on the list. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. The next item we have is this is a permit, I believe. Oh, no, this is just a presentation on Kids Day. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
And I
It's
don't-
coming from Park and Rec, and I don't see her here.
Just in case they come later, I would request that the board allow that to be pushed down the agenda. We'll table it till later in the meeting when someone may arrive that would present. Do I need to vote on that? No? Okay, so the board, anybody that doesn't agree with that can speak now. Okay, so when they get here, we'll go to that item. The next item we have is a consideration of a motion to adopt resolution number 01132020, a resolution accepting public improvements in the Glen at Overlook Trails. I believe we have a representative that can come and speak if they would like to, or if the board has questions.
How can I come to the first village board meeting of the year and not say anything? So, welcome to the new administrator. Look forward to working with you as well. The items tonight are pretty simple.
Your name?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My name is Brian Lindgren with Newman Developments. We appreciate the work. I guess we'll say that we do appreciate the work of the staff. We obviously had a tremendous amount of challenges getting Overlook Trails developed last year. The weather was not in our favor most of the year. So, but we appreciate the work of the staff, Mike, Dave, Scott, as well as Ryan Ampman, in helping us get done what we were able to get done. So, with what's on here, we're just asking for acceptance of the water and sewer only. Some of the other improvements, as is noted in the memo, will carry over until next year, and as Ryan mentioned, that will even extend some of the dates as they're written on the memo. So.
That's the road and the curbing and all that. You're putting off till this next
We
year,
are
right?
putting off acceptance of the road and curb until it can be completed in its entirety, which would be, we hope by the end of May. It's ready to go, and we just need the weather of spring to cooperate a little bit.
It was, it had a question about that, yeah.
Mr. Grzeszewski, would you like to come and speak just to update the board on where things are at? Thank you.
As Brian mentioned, we're accepting the sanitary and the water improvements. Storm sewer will be accepted in the spring when they bring the interim catch basins up to grade and put the curb in around those. They finish the 2 cul-de-sacs and put the final lift of asphalt on. That'll be done in the spring, weather permitting.
Okay, so what we're accepting right now, the work that we're accepting right now has been
Strictly sewer and
completed.
water. It has been
Strictly sewer and
completed,
water, okay.
and 95% of the punch list has been done. There's just one minor item,
Okay,
but it's a minimal cost.
okay. What is that item, if you don't mind me asking?
Cleaning out a manhole,
Oh, okay, all right, and you guys will stay on top to make sure. that gets done.
absolutely.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mike. I don't remember, did I get a motion in a second?
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution number 01-13-2020, a resolution accepting public improvements in the Glen Oak at Overlook Trails.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt resolution 01-13-2020 for the Glen and Overlook Trails. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That resolution is adopted. The next item we have is a discussion and consideration of a motion to approve a letter of credit reduction for the Glen at Overlook Trails development. You're good? Mr. Grzeszewski?
This is to release the money for the improvements that we just accepted. So, they were,
Can you explain how that works briefly?
okay.
The money goes in and then it slowly comes out?
Yeah, they put money in to cover the total cost of the development improvements, especially our road improvements. And if for some reason they don't finish the project, we have that money to finish the project and make it whole. Being that they've completed that work, they're entitled to get that portion of the bond back, or the surety.
Yeah,
We'll hold the rest until the rest of the work is done, storm sewer, roads, curbs, restoration.
okay. Thank you very much.
I will make a motion to approve a letter of credit reduction for the Glen at Overlook Trails development.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I'm just going to toss in, I've just pulled up the contract, and I don't know if you want it to be part of it. And you may have meant it, should we include would you like to include the amount on the motion?
Is that
And I'm
the
good. Same.
$448,870.59?
I believe it's, agree with request, recommend the village reduce the total letter of credit amount. Mr. Grzeszewski, I don't know if I'm reading this right, but I believe it's $3,262,316.03. Does that sound accurate?
I don't have it in front of me, but that's.
It says amount,
Hold up.
That was the original letter of credit.
The reduction of $448,000.
Yeah, mine's the reduction,
Perfect.
because that's what
Is the
I'm,
amount of the reduction, which will
So what is,
reduce
just for the record, what is that amount?
$448,870.59. That will,
Perfect.
yeah, we can add that to my motion for the letter of credit. Perfect.
Perfect,
Thank you.
thank you.
and there will, the balance remaining will be just shy of $1 million to complete the rest of the improvements.
$964,643. Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
So it has been moved and seconded to approve the reduction in the credit amount of $448,870.59. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. At this time, I believe that if, we're going to take back up the motion that we put on the table for consideration of a motion to affirm the Park and Recreation Board approval of the use of Nixon Park for the 8th Annual Hartland Kids Day on July 29th, 2020, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. as presented by Erin Guenterberg. Is that correct? Guenterberg, sorry. Owner of Lake Country Family Fun. My apologies. Take it away.
We are planning, we have just started the planning process for our 8th annual event. And I already had a meeting earlier today with Rosario Calara, the Hartland PD chief. And so we've already discussed how we can make things smoother. We are planning on pretty much the same format, but just smoother process. So we've already discussed some parking and road things and how to make we had a shuttle for the first time ever last year. And so ways to make the shuttle smoother for everyone and to make sure everybody's being safe. And I'm just waiting to get information about the new food truck policy. So we will incorporate that as well because we always go through a lot of food.
Okay.
Vendors sell out of the food that they bring with them. So we will incorporate the new food truck policy into our event.
Okay. It's always been a great event. I mean, I've heard that it's a lot of people go down there.
A lot of people go down there,
Lots
so I'm
of
glad
rides.
that you're checking the parking again, because even
Yeah.
with the shuttle last year, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Last year was probably our most well-attended event. I would probably consider it our most successful event. So, but that also, a lot of people just means we need to just make sure everything is smooth and everybody's being safe.
Right. And not that you wouldn't, but you guys will stay on top of the policy because I believe that it still comes to park board or someone for the permits for food trucks.
Yes.
I mean, you may have a bunch of them, but, you know, because
Yes.
since it's for an event, I know the permit allows for that, but they still just need to get permitted.
Yes.
Perfect. All we do is cross our fingers and hope for great weather.
I know, that's really what it comes down to.
I haven't, based on how it's written on the agenda, it appears that we do need a motion affirming. So, we would entertain, or did you have more?
No.
Okay, and so we would at this time entertain a motion to affirm the Park and Recreation Board approval of the use of Nixon
All
Park.
right, I'll make a motion to affirm the Park and Recreation Board approval for the use of Nixon Park on the 8th Annual Hartland Kids Day on July 29th, 2020, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. as presented.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the use of Nixon Park for the 8th Annual Hartland Kids Day. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That motion is carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll get good weather and it'll be even more successful than last year. At this time, we have announcements.
Well, I have one comment, although Mike G just left, but I went to a event at Hartland South, actually, and you were there at Hartland South, and it was the kids from the STEM program that did this whole little program of how they make everything work, but they had to come up with a solution, and one of it was for removing ice and that from the sidewalk, and they had, in their program was that Mr. G took them, showed them everything, how excited they were to see the trucks, and that he took the time to meet with them, and it was really nice to hear that, Mike, you took the time to meet with those kids, and they were so excited to talk about it.
Thank you. I received an email for them, and they would like to present to any board members that might wish to see it as they prepare for state. So
Yeah, they're going on to state. It's pretty cool.
I forwarded the email to Darlene, but we'll make contact to see who might have an interest, and it may be something we could do before the next board meeting.
It's not a long time. It's neat
10
to see, and
minutes?
it's great to see the kids, how they go about their thought process and how they did it. But I also thought it was I really enjoyed it, and hearing that you took the time with them, and that speaks volumes for the community that our people take the time to meet with them.
It's a great
and
bunch
do a
of
program.
kids.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Any others? Chief?
Just had one quick announcement. We're wrapping up our fundraising efforts for the armored rescue vehicle. The order has been placed. They're expecting an April delivery date, so it's a little ahead of schedule than we thought. So that's good news. On the fundraising side, I just got a commitment from Bravo Company. They're gonna actually provide a donation for $5,000 tomorrow.
Awesome.
So that's a big lift to our donation effort, which it's waiting on one more check from the Rotary, but we were at about $3,500, so that'll bring us about to that $8,500 mark.
Nice.
The SCIT, or the Suburban Critical Incident Team Policy Board, the chiefs of the 9 communities, will be meeting later this month, going through our 2020 schedule, but then also finalizing some of our fundraising commitments to this project, and we'll know exactly where we fall in that, with that budgeted amount that we're going to be pulling out later this month. So more to follow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? Anything from any board members? I'm just gonna throw one out there. Anybody interested in volunteering from the village residents that would like to become more involved with the village, whether it be on park board, plan commission? We're still trying to get the Ecos board off the ground, and we haven't had, we've had a lot of interest, but not people that were able to make the commitment with that. There are different boards and there are ways to get involved. I encourage you to either come down to Village Hall, go to the counter, they will set you up with a volunteer form. Otherwise, you can go right online and you can click through, and there is a form on there where you'll be able to check off what board you want to be on the most, or what you would most like to be on, and what you would want to be on the least. I believe that it does ask you to check each box, but you put them in number order. Anybody that ever wants to get more involved with the village, please do. And at this time, that's the only one I have, other than I will turn it over to our new administrator, since we're done with everyone else.
I think this is when the police chief told me I'm supposed to start singing, and then we all joined in. It was the Heartland theme. No,
Did you come up with a new song?
no. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it. Had a phenomenal week getting to know all the department heads and getting tours and seeing their operations from their perspective, and really looking forward. Emailed the board and looking forward to meeting with all of you fine board members to get together and see what is on your agenda for this year moving forward. So I'm real excited, and I did not prepare a speech or a song, so.
Well, the speech you gave was good enough.
Yep.
With that, if there's no other announcements, I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. All in favor? Aye. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you for tuning.